I can remember being, I don't know, maybe 7 years old, walking with him down the pits in Detroit. And all of these drivers and owners in the area knowing him and saying hello to me, and just it was really quite impressive at the time for me. But from that point forward, there was always some part of me being in the races in the pits with him, talking to people, etc., and it was great. My father was a naval fighter aircraft pilot. At the end of the war, he started his business, which was U.S. Equipment Company, and he saw these boat races going on annually in Detroit, and he said, I think I'd like to do that. I can drive that thing, and I can advertise my business. And so that's what he did. In '62, I was 10 years old, so I'm not sure I saw it as momentous myself. A great accomplishment. I think that any time that you set your mind to do something that's outside the bounds, and if you can meet that goal, that's always impressive to yourself and the people around you. So I'd say that was probably it. He was super proud of the team and the ability to do it, and he always wore that like a badge of honor on him.
Well, we brought the Miss US down a couple of years ago for the Guntersville race on the 60th anniversary of our record run. And we had the boat displayed at the judges' stand. It was a static display. We had a mock engine in it. And we were standing next to the boat watching the hydroplanes run, watching the Miss US 4 run, and we thought, geez, we have to get this sucker going. So we decided at that point that we would get it ready to run and take it from a mock or a static display to a running boat. So it started watching the Miss US 4 run, and at that point it was just a matter of time before we put it all together.
It's always set on the back of the boat, set in Guntersville, Alabama, and frankly, I'd never been here until 2 years ago. And everybody said the same thing, when are you going to put an engine in that thing? And when are you going to make that thing go around, etc.? So we talked to Jay here, and he fixed us up with his engine builder, George. And over the past year and a half, George was building the engine, and then my cousin Joe, he basically then took the project over, and he stripped the boat of all its plumbing and its wiring, and then figured the engineering out of how to run it, where to run it, and then plumbed the boat and wired the boat, put all the systems together so that putting an engine in it would actually run. And so I have to say, I'm taking my hat off to him, because that was a lot of work, and we couldn't have done it without him.
I got to meet George Simon and Joe, and basically I was asked to do another engine. My friend Jay Armstrong that owns the U-36 talked, why don't you go do it?
But Jay pushed him a little bit. Mark Webber, the driver, he pushed him a little bit. George said, okay, I'll build you an engine. And so he did.
We engineered a new water cooling system, oil system, rewired the boat, redesigned the electrics and the controls. And so we put it all together. In the meantime, George in Omaha put together a new engine for us. We hauled out a bunch of parts, and he turned them into an engine.
And then we decided, hey, the only way we're going to get this thing test run is bring it into Omaha. There's a small lake right by the airport.
It worked pretty good. There were a couple things we had to tune up.
Started running good. Our driver, Mark Webber, was testing it. He got it up to 120 mile an hour on that little short run and says, I think we got a monster here. Let's just shut her down and see what it does in Guntersville. And here we are.
This boat was so special to our family. I remember going to the races, going with my dad. My Uncle Al was there, my Uncle George was there. All the kids were down there, and it was always a happening. It was just very, very special for the family.
It's historical, it's personal. It was a great accomplishment at the time. To be able to bring it back and to celebrate it again is, I think it's a privilege. We're here on the water that it set the record on, so I mean, it's all thumbs up.